Anderson for three, nails it. Now inside to Harvey, puts it up off the glass and good. 13-0. Howe on the first big run of the night have allowed no points yet. And that one is good. 31-0. The Lady Bulldogs in the lead, and a timeout has been called.
Lady Bulldogs basketball is brought to you by Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Attorney Micah Belden, Buck Snort Barbecue, Tech Wave, Robertson Welding Services, Ed Meacham State Farm, Exalt Realty, Independent Bank, Guild Mortgage, and Knight Furniture. Now let's go live to the game with Monty Walker and Justin White.
Well, we are going to have a raucous crowd here in Greenville, Texas. It is Monty Walker and Justin White, and it is the Howe Lady Bulldogs, who are 22-9 on the season, facing a very good Alba Golden team. And it's usually Alba Golden who, or in the past, has shut down Howe in this round. Howe has not made it out of this round in a very, very long time, despite very, very good teams.
Yeah, that's been kind of the monkey on their back, is being able to get past this area round. But Alba Golden is kind of having a little bit of a down year. They finished third place in the district. Howe won their district, and Howe is loaded with talent, got all the parts to make a deep run. And so if they were going to get past this round and get that monkey off their back, I think this would be the year. But they got to go out there and take care of business. They had a dominating performance last week against Callisburg, but the competition level will be intensified greatly here tonight with the Alba Golden.
You know, and one thing you talk about, as Molly Wilson always has a ball coming at my equipment over here. One thing you talk about is great defense, and that's what the Lady Bulldogs are all about. Allie Harvey gets a lot of credit because she gets a lot of points, but on defense, you talk about Jenna Honore and the juniors of Wilson we just mentioned, and obviously Harvey there, and Callie Vic's a senior. And Cassidy Anderson blocks out underneath the basket about as well as anyone. The defense is where Howe wins their games, it appears. It's just the ability to shut down the opponent means a whole lot.
They really do, and even you start on the perimeter there, as you said, with Molly Wilson, who Coach Lands has talked about her being a defensive specialist. Jenna Honore is a bulldog out there, pun intended. And then if you were to get by them, then you got the two twin towers in Copeland, Sierra Copeland and Allie Harvey. And again, they play good, sound, fundamental defense. They have active hands. They make the opponent's shots tough, and they block out and rebound. So and then that's how they get their points offensively is play sound defense and then get turnovers and turn them into points.
We expect tonight from Alba Golden to have starters Sammy Ramsel. She's 5'8" and a junior. We also expect to see Macy Pendergrass. She's 5'6" and a senior. And Jenny Carson, not of Howe, but Jenny Carson, 5'9" and a senior. I knew it, Jenny Carson. And Grace Brizzell. It's spelled like, Bizzell. It's spelled like, I talked to her before the game. I wanted to make sure I got the pronunciation correct. And she says, yeah, a lot of people say Bizzle. And then it was Fashizzle and all kinds of stuff came after that. But Bizzell, Grace Bizzell, she's 5'6" and a senior. And rounding out the starters for Alba Golden is Ashlyn Rogers. The Alba Golden, I'm looking at their district, and it appears that winning the district over there was Edgewood, who went 11-1. Mineola went 10-2, and that could be the opponent next week. Lone Oak trailed Alba Golden in the standings. Alba Golden went 9-3 in district play, and Lone Oak 5-7. So it's going to be one of those matchups tonight. It's number 1 Howe against number 3 in the district over here, and I believe that's district. What is that? I think that's district 12, and it is. It is district 12. Yeah.
Yeah, it's again. Alba Golden is used to playing, like I said, usually having deep runs and winning district. Finished third in the district this season. Yeah, past behind Mineola and Edgewood. I think it looks like the winner of this game will play the winner of Mineola and Ponder. I believe is the matchup there for that.
And the game apparently is going to be in Princeton Tuesday night.
Okay.
The time has not been set yet, but from what we understand, Tuesday in Princeton against the winner of what you said there, Mineola
and Ponder.
So going back to Lady Bulldogs history again, it's been tough to get out of this round. The Howe girls back in 2011 were by-district champions over Prairie Land, and then lost in this round against Godley 70-23, a very young team. And then the next year, Howe couldn't get out of by-district against Prairie Land. It was a 56-26 loss. And then in 2013, Howe won 27 games in the regular season and beat Maypearl 53-44 in the by-district round, but lost a week later to Brock, who had some great teams back during that time, 54-34. And then in 2014, the Lady Bulldogs went 17-11 and won the first round 61-60 in a thriller against Leonard, and I believe that one was at Van Alstyne, if I remember correctly. And then a week later, they lost to Alvord 63-29, couldn't get out of the area round. In 2015, Howe won 26 games in the regular season and beat Jacksboro in the first round 62-41, but again, beat by Brock the following week 54-26, and a great Brock team that was in a foul fest. The following year, 2016, Howe went 24-8 and beat Holiday in the first round 58-41, but again lost in the second round the next week to Grandview 66-46. So again, not able to get out of the area round. You see a pattern here. 2017, Howe won 19 games, went 19-11, and that was the rebuilding year after Riley Harvey graduated, and young Allie Harvey was a freshman starter. And in 2017, they won the first round against Whitesboro, 64-45, but again, lost in the second round, and that time to Alba Golden, the team we're seeing here tonight. That was a much better Alba Golden team than what we think we'll see tonight. However, the pattern was, again, Howe won a lot of games in the regular season, but wasn't able to make it past the area round. And then a year ago, Howe won 21 games, won 21-10, and got beat at basically the buzzer by Whitesboro 45-43 with a last heave of a three-pointer by Casey Monk that ended Howe's first round action. And here we are again, 2019. Howe beat Callisburg a week ago 56-31 with great defense by district champions. And here we are in the second round. Can Howe get out of this area round after winning so many games, 22-9 so far this year? The pattern would be it would be pack it in and go home and try it again next year. But I really think tonight Howe has a outstanding chance to move past Alba Golden.
I really think so too, and you got to wonder how much, if Coach Lands has been reminding the girls about that, about or if it's just business as usual. Hey, this is just another game. Let's go out there and execute, and if we do that, we'll win the game. Let me ask you this. I'll put you on the spot here. Do you remember the last time they've made it past the second round?
It's been a very, very long time, and I asked Coach Lance that question, and he couldn't remember. And we were all saying, where is Jack Walker when you need him? Because Jack knows everything about the Lady Bulldogs, and he is a longtime Van Alstyne Leader reporter and spent many hours covering this basketball program. Jack probably knows, and he's probably listening and probably saying, well, duh, it was in 2002 or whatever, it was. But I don't have the answer to that, but I know it's been a very long time. But the Lady Bulldogs appear to be about 3 minutes away from action, at least the starting lineups. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll have tip-off action and starters and national anthem and the pageantry of playoff basketball. We'll be right back right after this.
Lady Bulldogs basketball is brought to you by Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, attorney Micah Belden, Buck Snort Barbecue, Tech Wave, Robertson Welding Services, Ed Meacham State Farm, Exalt Realty, Independent Bank, Guild Mortgage, and Knight Furniture. Now let's go live to the game with Monty Walker and Justin White.
Now, we had the student section a moment ago right behind us, and we thought that they would be right here. Now, it's apparently it's Hawaiian themed for the student section.
Okay.
You can see them. Now they've moved from right behind us, probably thankfully, all the way down to the end, and they're all in Hawaiian attire. And hopefully for the Lady Bulldogs, they'll be very, very loud tonight, because that's the objective. Arturo Louder sent out a tweet. And the only reason I know that because he tagged the Howe Enterprise in it and said, 1, Hawaiian attire, 2, it's in Greenville, 3, take the bus if you need to, 4, be very, 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 very loud. So hopefully the student section will do that tonight.
And I saw a Howe bus in on my way in, coming in, bringing fans in.
I guess that's what it was. So I think we're just about ready for either the starters. I think the starters, where the officials are being announced right now. And I want to say they're out of the Commerce chapter, but don't hold me to that for certain. And I think we're just about ready as Alba Golden is coming off the court on the far side. Now we're tucked in the corner. From our vantage point, we're looking at the floor in the very left corner. If you're thinking in your head, trying to vision this thing, we're in the very left corner looking at the court. At the bottom on the floor. So on the far side to the right is going to be very difficult for us to see, especially on the floor, if it's a 3 or in the near corner, because we're kind of looking around the bench as well.
Yeah, we got our vantage point, it's over here in this corner. We got courtside seats here. We're just about as close as you can get on the court, so if there's a loose ball that comes our way, we have to shield the equipment here.
Yeah, I'm hoping there's not a loose ball coming at our equipment. That would be bad. I think we're ready for the national anthem, from what I understand. Pretty good crowd tonight. Made it over here in Greenville. The Howe side has traveled a little bit better than Alba Golden, I would say. At this point, anyway, it seems as if that's the case. I think we're just about ready for the starting lineups now. The Lady Bulldogs are the visiting team tonight, and they will be wearing black. And Jenna Honore is introduced first. And now you hear Callie Vick introduced, the senior. Cassidy Anderson, the sharp shooter from 3. And a junior. Molly Wilson, the defender. And Allie Harvey, again, 4 juniors and 1 senior. Harvey, the leading scorer and the leading rebounder for Howe. Now Alba Golden, the home team, will be wearing white. They have red numbers, and part of their uniform is blue on the top collar, and they're all wearing basically blue. I don't think those are knee pads, but some kind of knee tights or something.
Yeah, some kind of band of some sort. Yeah, I don't know.
They are definitely red, white, and blue. The red shoes, blue knee braces or knee pads, white uniforms, red numbers. Starters tonight, Sammy Ramsell and Macy Pendergrass, Jenny Carson, Grace Bizzell, and Ashlyn Rogers. And we're just about ready to tip this one off. It's the area championship between Howe and Alba Golden. These two teams met a couple of years ago when Harvey and Honore were freshman starters. Alba Golden won in the area round 54-44. And now it's revenge time, you would think, for Allie Harvey and Honore and the remainder of the Lady Bulldogs as they hit the floor. And Cassidy Anderson. How's it going? David Reed coming over from Channel 12, making a pit stop over here and get some video. He's on the floor as well. Allie Harvey about to tip this one off, and she'll face Jenny Carson as the ball is up in the air, and Harvey gets it to Honore coming near side. Lady Bulldogs coming to this corner, and Molly Wilson shoots a quick 3, misses off the glass. Rebound Harvey, she puts it back up 2-0. And now an inbounds pass is knocked out by Honore. We're not going to have a scoreboard tonight. We apologize. Our scoreboard operator is wearing a Hawaiian shirt in the stands. So here's an inbound pass, and that's going to be to Rogers, who takes it up right wing, stopped at the right wing, down in the corner. Now up top, dribbles behind her back, and that's Ramsell. Right wing up to the top. Now a pass inside and a runner, and losing the ball is Grace Bizzell. It's going to go out of bounds and Howe's ball.
A turnover there by the Bulldogs, and really wasn't even a forced turn. It was just a miscue there by Bizzell on the dribble.
So an inbounds pass here, and it's going to be knocked away.
And Monty, both teams are showing press here, opening the game.
Inbounds pass from Molly Wilson just underway, 2-0. Howe in the lead on a Harvey layup off of Molly Wilson, missed three-pointer. Back to Wilson on the press. Now Honore is going to dribble past, and she's going to kick it to the right to Callie Vick in the wing. Tries to feed underneath to Harvey, but it is blocked away, and it'll go out of bounds. Howe retains possession with 7:19. Here to go in quarter number 1. Wilson to inbounds. Honore over here in the corner near side. Wilson, deep pass. Callie Vick top of the key. Now Honore thought about the deep bomb from the left wing. Now inside to Harvey, and it's out of bounds. And actually, I was the last one to touch it. It's going to be inbound here by Bizzell. Looking for somewhere to go, and she finally does find Rogers, who dribbles it up to the right wing. 2-0, Howe in the lead. 7:06 left to go in the first, just underway. Top of the key, and that is Carson. Ball at her right hip. Now she pulls it around and kicks it up top of the key. Left wing dribbling inside is Ramsell. She has nowhere to go. Kicks it out for the 3, and that one is good. A bomb from Ashlyn Rogers, the 5'6" senior. And now Howe in trouble on the inbounds. Wilson, a nice ball fake over to Callie Vick. Middle of the floor to Jenna Honore. They've crossed the line. She dribbles the lane to Cassidy Anderson. Up and draws the foul and one. And Howe regains the lead 4-2.
And that's exactly what you want to do on the press, is get the ball in the middle of the court. They got it to Honore, and she was able to lead the break and get it to Anderson. Anderson draws the foul and the shot and goes to the line for a chance for three-point play.
So Anderson will shoot the free throw here. Very successful a week ago.
54% from the line.
6:30 on the clock. Howe leads 4-2, and Anderson shooting the and one. Shot is up, and the shot is ruined in and out. Rebound, Harvey puts it back up. That one's good. 6-2, Howe in the lead. 6:26 left to go in the first. Pressure on the inbound, and Rogers will bring it up. Cross dribble, crossover, guarded by Honore. top of the key. Honore guarding nicely. Now top of the key over to, I believe that was Bizel, and it is now Carson. Carson looking to feed it inside, nowhere to go. She'll dribble to the right side. Ball's knocked away and stolen by Vick, but getting it right back is Pendergrass, and she'll drive the bucket and give it to Carson, who's blocked by Harvey and stolen away by Cassidy Anderson. Vick has possession coming near side. Dribbling right-handed, top of the key, now down low. Feeding Anderson up underneath, draws the foul, and she'll shoot two. Howe leading 6-2 with 5:46 to go in the first.
Good job there by Vick. She was pressing the issue there, had numbers, and got it there down to Anderson again, and Anderson able to draw the foul, goes to the line for the second time tonight.
Anderson toes the line, will shoot two here with leading 6-2. First one is short off the front of the rim. Checking in for Alba Golden will be Lizzie Hallman, and checking out will be Sammy Ramsell. And Anderson will shoot the back end here. This one is up, and that one's good. 7-2, Howe in the lead early. 5:46 left to go in the first. Inbounds play is taken by Rogers, guarded by Honore. Dribbling left-handed, crosses the mid-center court line, and now kicks it over to Bizel, looking underneath, and there's going to be no call on the foul, and it's picked up, and the shot is blocked by Anderson, and control is gained by Honore, and a foul on the far end by Rogers. Rogers, a really good ball handler. Alba Golden's going to be in trouble if she gets in foul trouble, but that's only her first.
I like this matchup here between Ashlyn Rogers and Jenna Honore. You'll be watching that here tonight. Both good ball handler and a good defender there by Honore.
Wilson trying to find somewhere to go with it on the inbound. You got to hurry, and she does get it to Honore. Honore turns, loses the ball momentarily. Now going to dribble up the middle of the court. She's fouled again, and this one is going to be on. Is that Rogers?
I couldn't tell. And they're not going to give us a number either on the scoreboard.
So Honore fouled twice on the trying to get it across, and here again, Callie Vick now to Honore, crosses, looking for somewhere to go with it. She picked up a dribble, and now Harvey has it, very top of the key, over to Callie Vick. A bomb from the right wing, rebound by Harvey, puts up, in and out, and now Wilson has it. Dribbles with her right hand a couple of times, feeds Harvey underneath, Harvey up, and that one is good. 9-2 with 5 minutes left to go in the first. Howe in the lead. Quickly down the court is Rogers and Alba Golden. Right wing for Bizel. Now top of the key, Jenny Carson. Carson now left wing, and that's Hallman dribbling up top. And now Bizel drives the lane. That's right down Haining Street. That one's good. 9-4 with 4:40 left to go in period number one.
They don't have an answer for Allie Harvey. Either they get her down the post, or when Lady Bulldogs put up a shot, Allie Harvey's already got about 2, maybe 3 offensive rebounds here, so they don't have an answer for her yet.
That was really the first time you saw any penetration by Alba Golden, as it was Hallman who dribbled left-handed right down the middle of the lane and put it up. That, really the only sign of momentum we've seen from Alba Golden at this point.
Yeah, and it's just been the defense there by the Lady Bulldogs. Again, we talked about the aggressiveness by the guards, by Honore and by Wilson, even Anderson, and then just the size there by Harvey.
So 4:40 on the clock. We're in the first, and Howe has a 9-4 lead. We're just underway in the area championship. Molly Wilson inbound to Callie Vick. Across the middle to Honore. Beats the press. Now down to Allie Harvey on the layup. Off the rim, no good. Rebound by Cassidy Anderson. That one up. Left-handed and good. 4:29 left to go, and Howe has a 11-4 lead. Quickly down the floor. And on a layup, it's going to be blocked, but Harvey's going to be called for a foul. Grace Bizel went up for the layup. It looked like all ball. Derek Lands cannot believe it. That ball was swatted away by Harvey, but they called her for the foul.
Yeah, Bizel was going from left to right there across the basket, and Harvey tried to get over the outstretched hand to Harvey, and just, I guess Harvey got a piece of the hand.
Bizel's free throw goes off the back of the rim. No good. 11-4. Howe retains the lead. 4:22 left to go in the first. Again, Derek Lands, the head coach for Howe, over 400 wins in school history, or in his career rather, most of them coming in Howe. The next free throw was missed, rebounded for a moment by Molly Wilson, but stolen away, and a foul was called, I thought. And it appears maybe not a foul. Maybe it was,
Yeah,
but Alba Golden's going to have the ball.
I think it was out of bounds.
So now they inbound, trying to put it up. No foul call. The ball goes out, and now there is a foul called, and I think that's going to be.
No, she lost the ball out of bounds. They're going to call it. There was no call in there.
I thought I saw a charge call there, but apparently not. Howe has the ball. Wilson inbounds to Callie Vick, trying to break the press. She retains possession, even though there was a steal momentarily. Vick down low. Harvey kicks it up top. Honore thought about it. Vick's going to shoot the left wing three off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded underneath by Jenny Carson. And now Holman will dribble up the court. Now right wing from one side to the other. And that's going to be a charge against Sammy Ramsell, who's in the game.
Now, trying to see who drew the charge. Was that Honore who drew the charge?
It wouldn't surprise me. It's, again, we are down here on the floor. That happened on the very far side. We have officials and head coaches standing in our way.
Yeah.
It's a little bit difficult to see.
Her and Anderson were in the area.
11-4, Howe in the lead. Howe breaking the press with Honore back to Wilson. Wilson picks up her dribble just short of the stripe, and now down to Vick. Quick passing, Harvey underneath. Anderson dribbles out. And now Harvey underneath, put it up, and that one is good, and she draws the foul. 13-4, and she'll shoot. And a little disgust look from Sammy Ramsell as she came over to the near side and just kind of shrugged her shoulders, and all the wind came out of her.
They were able to break the press there. The Lady Bulldogs have done a pretty decent job here so far of getting in the press, and then able to get it down to Harvey in the half-court offense. And once Harvey's get down the block, they hadn't been able to stop her.
13-4, Howe in the lead. Harvey shot's good. 14-4, 3:38 to go in the first. And now a quick inbounds to Hallman. Will dribble up, guarded by Vick. Right up center court. Now left wing. Up top, and that's going to be Bizel. And now the ball is going to be stolen away. Looked like from Wilson for just a second. And then I thought a jump ball was called, and I think that's what's going to be the call here.
Yeah, Bizel tried to dribble into traffic, and there were too many hands in there, and the ball got tied up.
Meanwhile, Sierra Copeland has checked in for Cassidy Anderson just moments ago as Harvey was shooting the free throw. 14-4, 3:18 on the clock here in the first. An inbound from Alba Golden, and it's going to be successfully thrown in. Up top is going to be Bizel, now in the corner, deciding not to shoot, and now Carson, top of the key, guarded by Harvey, and a loose ball foul has been called against Alba Golden.
Looks like that's going to be against Destiny Baker, number 21.
Baker, a 5'8" senior, and she is matched up with Sierra Copeland. And quick inbound, Honore has it. Double team, now quickly down the court. Vick, just shy of midcourt, is going to try to dribble pass. Loses the ball, and now goes back, and now she's going to go back across. They did call it backcourt, and Derek Lands is extremely upset. Cannot believe that call.
Yeah, she got it right about center court, and I think she had 1 foot on and 1 foot off, but she had never established possession. So I'm in agreement with Coach Lands. I didn't see that possession was established.
2:58 in the first, 14-4, Howe in the lead. And it's Rogers dribbling down, now in the corner, or right wing rather. And that's Bizel. Now top, Rogers again. Now left wing to Carson, guarded by Harvey. Bizel, guarded by Wilson, tries to make a move to the bucket. Right-handed layup blocked by Harvey, and another foul called. And I think this time it's going to be on Wilson, perhaps.
We'll give the Lady Panthers credit. They are taking the ball to the hoop now, even though they're going to the teeth of the defense against the outstretched arms of Copeland and Harvey. They're not afraid to go in there and hoping they can just kind of draw a foul and win this at the free throw line.
It was Wilson. They called it on. And the first shot is going to be good. Nothing but net. 14-5. Howe in the lead. 2:37 remaining in the first. Second shot coming up. And again, it is Rogers at the line. No, it's Bizel at the line. This one's no good. However, rebounded by the Lady Panthers. Kicked out now down to Carson, who tries to feed underneath. She had a wide open shot, guarded by Harvey. She decided not to shoot it, tried to feed one of the players underneath, and it went out of bounds. So Harvey will inbound as Howe takes over possession. Quickly into Honore, looking down the court. Double team, picks up a dribble. Harvey has it. Dribbles across the midcourt. Still dribbling left-handed and is stolen away by Rogers. She picked her pocket, and here goes the other side down to Bazell on the right-handed layup. No good, just short, rebounded by Alba Golden. That one no good. Sierra Copeland rebounded it for a moment, and I thought a tie ball was going to be called, but apparently Sierra Copeland's going to be called for the foul.
Harvey was bringing the ball down, and that's the one thing about Alba Golden. They don't have a lot of size, but they got a lot of small, quick defenders, and they were able to take it away from Harvey and go back the other way. And then Copeland called for a foul there.
2:10 on the clock here in the first, 14-5. Howe in the lead. Alba Golden inbound. Up top, and that's going to be Rogers, right wing, picks up her dribble, looks for somewhere to go, finds Carson to the right wing. Now left-handed dribble. She's going to make a move to the bucket and feeds nicely underneath, and a foul is going to be called on Allie Harvey, as going up for the left-handed layup appeared to be Callie Wright, and she was fouled.
It looks like they were, I didn't see who had the ball there originally, but was going to the basket. Copeland came over to help, it looked like, and left Wright underneath the basket all alone. She found Wright underneath the basket and able to miss the shot but draw the foul.
So Wright's first shot is good. And Harvey will check out now, and Howe will go small with Katie Grogan checking in. I say small, Sierra Copeland still on the court. Cassidy Anderson still on the court. Wright's second shot with Howe leading 14-6 with a minute 56 is good, and make it 14-7. Inbound quickly, Honore picks up her dribble, now throws it to Anderson. Anderson down to Callie Vick, right wing, too high, but Katie Grogan comes up with it as she overshot Sierra Copeland. And now Honore has it top of the key, up to Callie Vick. They're going to set it up with Vick up top. And now Sierra Copeland coming up to set a pick. Cassidy setting a pick. Now Honore right wing, across the middle to Sierra Copeland. Puts up the runner and good. 16-7 with $1:24 left to go in the first quarter. Alba Golden quickly down the court. That's Bazell guarded by Callie Vick. Top of the key, top of the three-point line. Now left wing Carson guarded by Sierra Copeland. Copeland got a piece of the pass that was intended down underneath, and now it's going to be kicked out to Carson again, top of the key. She's going to drive the bucket. It's going to be blocked away by Sierra Copeland. 59 seconds on the clock. That was a nice block.
Copeland was sagging back there. She wasn't playing tight defense there on her man. She was sagging back there, kind of waiting for the drive, and she waited there for Carson to come in and block that shot out of bounds.
Quick inbounds pass, and that's going to be Carson. She's going to go up for the jumper, and that one's no good. Rebound by Sierra Copeland. Looking for somewhere to go with the ball, and now finally finds Jenna Honore, who will bring it top of the key. Now Callie Vick, left wing, looking for somewhere to go, finds Honore back up top. Katie Grogan for three, left wing, air ball, no good. That one is going to eventually go out of bounds. Cassidy Anderson rebounded it, but it was knocked away.
Grogan had a good shot there, just didn't draw any iron on that one.
36 seconds on the clock. Howe leading 16-7. Area championship. Callie Vick thought about the three, and now Cassidy Anderson from three. Near side, you know what's going to happen when she pulls it. 19-7. Howe extends the lead. 25 seconds.
Anderson's got 8. She's 40% from behind the arc.
Bazell now left wing. Carson now right wing, and Carson is going to drive. She pulls up her dribble. Now inside to Bazell. Nowhere to go. Turn around. She lost her dribble. And now a timeout. No.
3 seconds?
3 second call has been. Yeah, that is 3 seconds. So Howe's going to take possession. 7:12 left to go in the first. 7 seconds, point 12. Callie Vick looking for three. 3 seconds on the clock on the layup. She drives and draws the foul with 1.5 seconds left to go in the first.
I love it. Vick saw the clock. She looked up. She had time. Went for a 3-on-2 fast break there. Took her time and then decided to go ahead and take it to the bucket herself and draw the foul with just a little time left.
19-7. Vick trying to make it 20 right here. It's going to be in the bucket, 20-7. 1.5 seconds left to go in the first.
Vick leads the team, 81% from the charity stripe.
Derek Lands called everyone back. There's no rebounders for Howe, as there's only a minute 57 or a second left. And the second shot is good, and Howe leads 21-7 as the last second heave is no good, and a nice start and a football start for Howe. 21-7.
Yeah, nice start for the Lady Bulldogs here. They're playing good defense. They're taking advantages of the press defense by Alba Golden. I think that's their what they've been able to hang their head on here in that first quarter is being able to break the press and get some easy baskets in transition.
We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll have more action right after this.
Lady Bulldogs basketball is brought to you by Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Attorney Micah Belden, Buck Snort Barbecue, Tech Wave, Robertson Welding Services, Ed Meacham State Farm, Exalt Realty, Independent Bank, Guild Mortgage, and Knight Furniture. Now let's go live to the game with Monty Walker and Justin White.
Welcome back. As it is 21-7, Howe in the lead over Alba Golden in the area championship. Lots of, you would think we were somewhere in Hawaii, as the student section has a Hawaii theme. Waving the towels, they're excited. A very nice student section from Howe showing up tonight. They actually bust over here.
Yeah, that's a pretty good section from the top to the bottom of the top of the section.
Howe's going to have possession inbounds here at the midcourt stripe. Molly Wilson back to Callie Vick, who will bring it across the line. Near corner, and now far corner, Molly Wilson feeds Cassidy Anderson underneath. Now underneath to Harvey, and it's knocked away. Anderson from the right elbow quickly turned around and looked for Harvey underneath, and it was just swatted away. And now Wilson will inbound again here.
And they're double teaming Harvey here.
Now up top, and that one's knocked away. She was trying to find Vick up top right wing, but it was knocked away. And now Lance screaming something. And another inbound. This time Vick inbounds to Harvey and back to Vick. Top of the key. Guarded by Rogers. And now Honore, left wing. At Cassidy Anderson was shooting just past the free throw line. Went up for the shot, and her arm was clearly blocked.
Yeah, Anderson got it, and they're looking around. Nobody was around her, and took the jump shot. And they need to respect her shot because she's already got 8 tonight, hit a 3 or 2, and has a chance to. She can make these 2 free throws. We have 10, being double digits already.
21-7, and make it 22-7 as Anderson sinks that one.
Yeah, when they're getting the ball to the wings here, they're trying to look down for Harvey, and whoever's guarding the wing is sagging back, and so they've got someone on the front and the backside, Allie Harvey in the post.
Anderson's back end is good, 23-7. Howe leads with 7:36 left to go before the half, just underway here in the second. And it's going to be Hallman bringing it up top, down in the corner, and that'll be Ramsell. Now to Bazell, the running layup, no good. Rebounded by Harvey. And Molly Wilson's going to bring it up. Right-handed dribbling. Stops just past the midcourt. Out of Vick. Out of Honore. Left wing back up top, Vick. Harvey about midway down the block. And Anderson at the left elbow. And here's Vick feeding Harvey. She's going to go up with it, and that's no good. She gets her own rebound. And that one apparently is a clean block. There was a lot of body action going on there.
I thought I heard a slap on the arm from here with my headphones on, but apparently the officials did not see that or hear that.
Exactly 7 minutes on the clock here in the second. Wilson looks near side to Honore, drives middle of the lane. That one is blocked. And another foul by Harvey. Uh-oh. And now Sierra Copeland will check in for Harvey, as Lands is not real happy about that.
I believe that's the second foul on Allie Harvey, I believe.
I think that might be more than that. Hallman is going to inbound and does find Bazell. I think that might be 3, Justin.
3,
So Bazell will bring it up non-pressured with 23-7 lead by Howe. Now right wing, and that's going to be Ramsell. And she'll drive. Right side now, kick it back out. And now left wing. Not a lot of deep shooting by Alba Golden. Tried to pull one right there, Bazell, but couldn't do it. Now Jenny Carson drives, and she turns around. And now up top, driving again through the middle of the lane, is blocked away by Sierra Copeland. And Wilson has it to Callie Vick. Dribbling about halfway up and now across the line to Wilson. Now left wing for Honore. Long shot off the back of the rim, no good. And it's going to be taken by Ramsell. Dribbling it right-handed through the lane. Now kicks it out. Right wing. Trying to feed underneath to Jenny Carson, and it's too high, and it goes out of bounds. That's a turnover, and Howe will have possession with 5:55 left to go in the second.
Probably didn't help that Copeland was right there to kind of bump her and knock it away as well.
23-7, Howe in the lead. Wilson will inbound to Honore. Near side, picks it up and back to Wilson. Wilson's going to dribble about twice and pick it up, and now a timeout has been called by Derek Lance. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll come back right after this.
Lady Bulldogs basketball is brought to you by Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Attorney Micah Belden, Buck Snort Barbecue, Tech Wave, Robertson Welding Services, Ed Meacham State Farm, Exalt Realty, Independent Bank, Guild Mortgage, and Knight Furniture. Now let's go live to the game with Monty Walker and Justin White.
Justin White, talk about it.
I think the Lady Bulldogs are still good. Now, one thing I'm kind of curious here, and this may be a chink in the armor here, is if Harvey goes down, as we can see with 3 fouls, how will the team respond? Now, Sierra Copeland is perfectly capable of holding down the fort down the paint, but obviously Harvey is their best player. How will the Lady Bulldogs adjust here and respond with her on the bench?
We'll find out. 5:44 left to go in quarter number 2. Howe up 23-7. A long pass to Sierra Copeland is going to be knocked away, but she'll gain possession and throw it down the court. It's going to be picked off, if you will, and that's going to be Pendergrass who has it and now gives it to Bizzell, top of the key, guarded by Wilson. Now Carson, left wing, guarded by Copeland. 5:25 on the clock. Bizzell, top of the key, and now over to the left wing. Thought about shooting it was Ramsell. She'll feed underneath and up and good on the layup. And that is Hallman. All 5'4" of her was wide open underneath the basket. 5:08, Wilson is going to break the press with Honore. Top of the key looking for somewhere to go. She'll kick it out to Anderson near the three-point line in the far corner. Honore left wing, and now she'll drive the bucket, put it up, and that one is no good off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Copeland for a moment. A lot of contact, nothing called. Wilson to Honore for 3, top of the key off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Copeland, and Cassidy Anderson comes down with it, and she puts it up 25-9. A quick inbounds by, that's going to be Bizzell. She'll drive quickly down the middle of the lane, blocked away by Anderson, but regained by Carson. Carson left-handed dribbling, looking for somewhere to go. She jumps, stops, and draws the foul on Sierra Copeland. And it's going to be a tight game tonight. Anytime there's any body action, at least on the black side, they're going to get the foul. Down here, it's been a little bit different.
I was about to say, I was like, down here, yeah, it seems like they're letting them play, but down the other end, it's being called a little bit closer maybe.
So 25-9 as Carson's first shot's no good. 4:25 on the clock here in the second. And the freshman Trinity Williams will check in for Sierra Copeland. And all of a sudden, there's a lot of fouls. Howe has been called for 7, and we talk about maybe it's been unbalanced. However, Alba Golden's been called for 9.
Yeah.
Carson on her second shot. That one is good. So make it 25-10 with 4:25 remaining in the second. Trinity Williams has this one picked off. She drives the bucket and draws the charge. That's Jenna Honore who did that. Honore drew the charge. And, boy, that could have been dangerous as Williams did not see where she was throwing the ball, and it was picked off, but Jenna was right there. And here's Wilson throwing it into Honore again, trying to break the pass. She dribbles out of it. Now over to near side, Callie Vick. Vick, top of the key, double teamed, and now Wilson. The open man is Honore, left wing. Cutter is Anderson. She loses it. Trinity Williams comes up with it, and again the ball is swatted away, but Vick is able to come up with it, top of the key. Molly Wilson on the 3 on the far side. That one no good. Saved by Honore, but it's going to go the other way, and that is Ramsell. Quickly down the court to Hallman. 5'4" is going to be stopped in the middle of the lane. She'll pull up top of the key, guarded by Honore. 3:46 on the clock, 25-10. Howe in the lead. A deep bomb from the right corner, and that one is good, and that's going to be Ramsell who makes that one. It's 25-13 with 3:36 remaining in quarter number 2. Wilson on the inbound, now middle of the court. Vic back to Wilson, crosses the lane, double team. He's got to find somewhere to go. A bounce pass to the far side to Honore. Now back to Wilson, very top, left side. Dribbles twice to Callie Vick. About 23 feet away on the left wing. Now a long pass across. And that's going to be Wilson. Now top key. Now Honore thought about the long bomb. Now a long pass to Wilson underneath. Puts it up. That one's no good. She gets her own rebound. And a foul is called underneath.
They're working around the perimeter. They're trying to get it down low there to Trinity Williams, but again, they're double teaming her down in the post, and so the Lady Bulldogs are having to kind of work around the perimeter, see if they find a jump shot or maybe just a crease in there to get it down to one of their posts.
And Sammy Ramsell just slammed the ball down. I once got a technical foul for doing the exact same thing. Nothing called there. She checks out of the game. 3:04 left. The first of the free throws by Molly Wilson was not good. It's 25-13. Howe in the lead. A lot of substitution going on for Alba Golden as Callie Wright will check in. And Wilson's second shot is money. 26-13. 3:04 remaining in the second. Holman will dribble up middle of the court, guarded by Honore. Feeds quickly underneath. That one's off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Cassidy Anderson. And I think a foul has been called way on the other end. And I believe that was against Callie Wright.
Yeah, Anderson, good job on the block out and trying to throw an outlet pass, and she got hacked before she was trying to get rid of it. And the Lady Bulldogs are in the bonus, the double bonus, and so they'll be shooting 2 shots the rest of the half.
26-13.
And Anderson, who is a 54% free throw shooter.
Well, add to that because she just made the first one, 27-13.
She leads the team with 13, make that 14 points.
No rebounders as Howe sent all the defenders back on the far end. And 2:51 on the clock before half. Howe leads 28-13. Holman dribbles guarded by Honore. Now we'll go right wing to Wright. And Wright looking to go back up top. And that one is Pendergrass. Pendergrass to Bazell. And now right wing. And now Carson still in the game. Top of the key. Guarded deep by Copeland. Just daring her to shoot. She hasn't shot yet from long distance, and she just traveled. She tried to dribble the lane, and she drug her left foot. Can't do that. Howe ball with 2:20 left to go in the second.
Again, Copeland plays almost like a free safety back there. She doesn't come all the way out the perimeter. She kind of sags back, dares somebody to drive in, and plays defense if she needs to.
Well, knowing that Jenny Carson has yet to shoot a deep ball at all, anything less than 3 feet, and she sug way back. And now Copeland tries to throw it down to Cassidy Anderson. It was blocked away. Copeland got it back, went up for the layup, and is fouled by Wright again. And now Copeland will shoot.
Copeland, who is a 34% free throw shooter coming in to tonight. She was 1 of 3 last week, or Tuesday night, Monday night, there against Callisburg. That was in double digits, had 11 points.
And the back end is no good. Rebounded by Jenny Carson. She'll give it to Gazelle. Down the court. And it'll be Carson. Top of the key, guarded loosely by Copeland. And now right wing. And now up top to Hallman. Guarded by Honore. And now a nice pass underneath, but it's going to be stolen away by Cassidy Anderson. Wilson to Honore to Vick, dribbling left-handed, top of the key, right down Main Street, up, and that one's good. Vick with the running layup makes it 30-13 with $1:33 left to go in the first half. And now Bazell will dribble right-handed to the right top of the key. And now Jenny Carson is going to shoot a 3, and that one's off the left side of the rim, up off the glass, and rolls in. How about that? 30-16, 1:15 left to go. That one needed every blade of glass and steel up there. Here's Copeland. And that's going to be Vick driving the lane up, and that one is good on the runner. They thought she traveled, but she hopped her way to the bucket.
Almost like a little Euro step there she did.
55 seconds. 32-16. Hallman, top of the key, guarded by Honore. Turns around, gives it to Bizel. I'm going to get that right tonight. Guarded by Wilson. And now Wright, looking for somewhere to go with it, guarded by Anderson. Now over to the left side, Bizel again. She's going to dribble left-handed down inside the lane, goes up, no good. And now Carson grabbed the rebound, went up, and she's fouled by Sierra Copeland.
Again, you saw Copeland, and I know I keep harping on it, but it's just interesting that Carson's all the way to the three-point line. Copeland was down at the block. She was giving her the whole right side of the floor, and then when the ball got to rotate on the other left side, she came over there and rotated over to help defense.
Carson's first shot, as she toes the line, is no good off the back of the rim. Trinity Williams will check in again. She goes in for Copeland. We're going to try to get an update on fouls at the half. And Carson again. On the backside. That one is no good also off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Vick. Vick going to bring it right up the middle of the court. Going to be guarded by Bizel. Dribbles behind the back. Now left wing for Jenna Honore. And Honore is going to be called for the travel. And I didn't see that.
I didn't either. It's kind of like, what was it, Monday night? They were kind of calling that kind of tightly.
Checking into the game is, I believe, Rogers, and she'll inbound with 22 seconds left to go before the half. Bizel, top of the key, guarded by Honore. Now over in the corner. And a little jump stop in the middle of the lane by Rogers. No good. Rebounded by Carson. Quickly up top. Bizel, right wing, guarded by Wilson. Long three, no good. And that's going to be rebounded by Honore. She's going to have to heave this one down the middle of the court. Just barely missed the last second heave. How about that? 32-16, Howe in the lead. We are at the half.
Well, if I'm the Lady Bulldogs, I feel good about where you're at. You're playing good defense. You're rebounding. You've been able to kind of make contest or keep on defense. Well, I have contested shots there for the Lady Panthers. So if I'm Lady Bulldogs right now, I feel good where I'm at. You need to check. We probably need to figure out the situation with the foul trouble here. See if you can get that under control.
Well, from what we understand, Harry Harvey just told us that Allie has 3 and Sierra has 3.
Okay. So then you're going to probably rely a little bit more on Trinity Williams in the second half.
Yeah, you know, we thought games could come down to freshmen at times, and it certainly could. Hey, let's take a quick timeout. We'll be back and we'll massage the first half and kind of talk about things, and we'll let Justin talk about how many points everybody has. I think it's Penn smoking over there. We'll be right back right after this.
Lady Bulldogs basketball is brought to you by Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Attorney Micah Belden, Buck Snort Barbecue, Tech Wave, Robertson Welding Services, Ed Meacham State Farm, Exalt Realty, Independent Bank, Guild Mortgage, and Knight Furniture. Now let's go live to the game with Monty Walker and Justin White.
Hey, we made an executive decision to take a little time out here. There's about 8.5 minutes of no action as we have some other teams warming up. There's a game behind us. Apparently Hopkins is going to play. The boys, Hopkins is going to play. So we're going to take a quick time out and maybe a little bit of an extended timeout. Again, Howe leading 32-16. We're at the half. We'll be right back here in just a few minutes.
All right, welcome back here to Greenville High School, Greenville, Texas. Here halftime between the Alba Lady Panthers and the Howe Lady Bulldogs. Monty is going to go check on our foul situation here officially for the Lady Bulldogs. I know Sierra Copeland and Allie Harvey had run into some foul trouble during the first half, so we're going to go with the official count on that. 32-16 is our score right now. The Lady Bulldogs lead the Lady Panthers again here at the half. Go through some stats right quick here, just as far as points go for each team. Start with the Lady Bulldogs. Callie Vick with 6 points on the night. She had four straight points there at the end of the half, at the end of that first half there. Cassidy Anderson, who is got 14 points on. She got a couple rebounds. She got hot from the beginning. Had a couple offensive rebounds, drew a foul, had a 3 in there, and she's done a good job here contributing here tonight. Came in averaging 8.7 points a game, but again, she's got 14 on the night. Molly Wilson with 1. Sierra Copeland with 2. Copeland's been active on defense and on the boards as well, but has 2 points so far tonight. Allie Harvey, again, as we talked about, has 3 fouls. Is that what we found out, Monty? 3 fouls on Harvey? Still looking. And so she kind of exited midway through the second quarter, but had 9 points there. Had been definitely been an offensive power there for the Lady Bulldogs, but she has 9 on the night. For the Lady Panthers, Lizzie Holdman has 2. Sammy Ramsdell has 3. Callie Wright with 1 point. Jenny Carson with 4. She's been having a tough time as Copeland and Allie Harvey have been guarding her pretty well. Grace Bazell, the point guard, her and Jenna Honore have had a nice little battle there on the guard. She's got 3. And then Ashlyn Rogers with 2 points on the evening. Again, 32-16 is our score.
Hey, yeah, we were talking about fouls. I did confirm. Allie Harvey has 3. Sarah Copeland has 3. Molly Wilson has 2. And that appears to be it, 6, 7, 8. And then, let's see, on the other side, there's a lot of foul trouble going on over there. Ramsell has 4, and Rogers has 3. Those are really good ball players. And Ramsell has the three-pointer, has 1 3-pointer, and Jenny Carson has the other. The only other points, well, Hallman had the driving layup. Wright shot a free throw. Carson has a free throw along with her 3. Bazell has 4. She's got a runner and 2 free throws. And Rogers has a bucket. So Howe outscored Alba Golden 21-7 in the first period.
You said Bazell had 4 and Rogers had 1?
You're talking about fouls or points?
Oh, okay. I think your points.
Yeah. Now fouls, Ramsell has 4.
Okay.
And Rogers has 3.
Okay.
So the second period, Alba Golden scored 9. The Lady Bulldogs put 11 up. So a little bit better of a of the quarter for Alba Golden. A little bit tighter than it was in the first, obviously, with Howe jumping out to a 21-7 lead after one. And here we are, 32-16 at the half.
And I wonder how much the foul trouble affects Alba. Looking at their roster, I think we've only seen 8 players. They go 8 deep so far, so you got to wonder if they get into big foul trouble and people foul out, with if depth, how much of an issue that will be.
Yeah, depth could be it'd be an issue for everybody, I would imagine. 16 seconds before we get underway here, apparently. Both teams on the court. Again, Alba Golden in white. Red, white, and blue, mostly white with red numbers and blue on their shoulders. Red shoes, Bulldogs in all black. Quickly, now Alba Golden on the near side. They'll shoot on this near bucket. Jenny Carson kicks it out, and she's going to drive the lane. She jumps up, and that one's going to be blocked by Harvey. Harvey, loose ball, trying for it. No foul call, thank goodness, because that would have been her fourth, and she's being very aggressive. Here's a runner in the middle of the lane, and that one is going to draw a foul on Molly Wilson. That will be her third, and it was Bizel on the drive from one side to the other.
Bizel had a step on her and was able to use that step and drive to the basket and get hacked, and that's one way they're going to stay in this game, is be able to draw fouls and get to the charity stripe, but they're going to have to make free throws if they're going to do it, which they did there.
Bizel's free throw bounces off the back of the rim straight up and in the bucket. 32-17. As checking out of the game is Ramsell quickly, and she's got both palms to the sky as if, what did I do in 25 seconds to get called out? And here's a rebound by Harvey, and this one's going to be tied up. Harvey got the rebound, but it was also Pendergrass right there to tie it up. Molly Wilson to inbound. Press against Howe to Honore. Honore is going to dribble. Looking for Wilson, looking down the court. She's got Vic. Vic to Wilson. Looking for Harvey. A lot of room, and now to Anderson, one side to the other. Honore, left wing, up top. Long pass to Wilson, right wing. Wilson pivots a little, and now to Honore, who had a wide open three but didn't take it. And here is Allie Harvey from the free throw line. That one's good. 34-17, 7:05 left to go in the third. Coming near side is Bizel, feeds underneath to Pendergrass, puts it up, and that one is no good, rebounded by Harvey. She's going to take it herself. Down the lane, left side of the bucket, and is going to be fouled. So Harvey quickly fouled.
Harvey got that rebound, went coast to coast. She can do that, and we also saw her range there. If we got the ball about the free throw line, maybe elbow area, and able to hit that little jumper there.
She's also been successful from the three-point line so far this year. You wouldn't think Allie Harvey would be a three-point danger, but she is. The first free throw is no good. 6:50 left to go in the third. Howe up 34-17.
Yeah, she's 48% from the stripe, and as you were talking about behind the arc, she's 5 for 8, 62% on the year from behind.
Well, that's hard to beat. Second free throw is good, nothing but net. 35-17. 6:50 left to go in quarter number 3. Howe over Alba Golden. Rogers bringing the ball down for the Lady Panthers, and she's going to be fouled by Jenna Honore as she kind of drove the bucket to the right and drove into Honore a little bit.
Yeah, that's a matchup I talked about wanting to see is Rogers and Honore. Rogers able to handle the ball pretty well. Honore is a really good defender. And Rogers got the best of her that time.
And she hits the back end. They're going to give her 2 and the bucket and the free throw. 35-20. And Wilson back to Vic on the inbound. Down the court, Honore. She's going to drive the bucket. She's going to put it up, and she's going to draw the foul.
Lady Bulldogs doing a great job with this press. They're not rushing it. They get the ball, survey the defense, and the point is to get the ball in the middle of the court and start a fast break, and that's exactly what they did. Is Honore got the ball in the middle of the court and drove straight to the basket, drew the foul.
One thing you saw a moment ago is Honore, when she got fouled, or when she was called for a foul, the first one's good, 36-20, as she put her palms in the air, and she was like, hey, that wasn't a foul. What did I do? And she looked at Derek Lands, and she got no sympathy whatsoever from Lance. 36-20, 6:33 left to go in the third, and Honore's second one is good, 37-20. Alba Golden looking to inbound. Pressure by Howe. Rogers down the court, guarded by Honore. makes a move, left-handed dribble, up top to right, down in the corner to Carson, and now feeds underneath to Pendergrass. That one's up and good. That one looked pretty good. A nice cutter by Pendergrass, and now Honore is going to find Vic on the inbound pass. 37-22, Howe in the lead. Vic picks up her dribble and has to find Honore. Back to Vic, crosses the line, 6:06. Right in the middle of the lane. Anderson for three. That one is off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded, however, by Wilson in the far corner. And her pass to Vic was tied up by Bazell, I believe, and it was. We'll see where possession goes, and apparently it is going to go to Alba Golden.
It is.
Oh, I thought for a moment I was going to have to sneeze.
Allergies aren't coming back again, are they?
The allergies have been really bad the last couple of days. Here's Wright on the right wing, turnaround jumper, a nice ball fake. But Harvey made a block from the backside, and that one's going to be taken by Wilson, and now Honore has it, back to Wilson. And now a long pass to Vic, top of the key. She wants to drive the middle of the lane, puts it up. Nice feed to Harvey, who does convert. 39-22, Howe in the lead. 5:26 and rolling here in the third. And Bazell's going to bring it. Right-handed dribbling, guarded by Wilson, top of the key. Carson, left wing, feeds underneath to Pendergrass, knocked away by Callie Vick as she's looking for somewhere to go with the ball, and she finds Wilson on the right wing. Wilson's going to pull up and feed underneath to Harvey. Turnaround jumper, no good. Rebounded by Alba Golden. Stolen away by Cassidy Anderson, and she's going to draw the foul.
What was it? I think Anderson may have stole the outlet pass there. I couldn't see. I just all of a sudden she had the ball after the missed shot there by Harvey.
Anderson, who plays great defense, as all of the Lady Bulldogs seem to do. And there's an inbounds. Callie Vick's going to shoot the three, and that one's no good. But Anderson rebounds it, and the ball's going to get tied up, and this time Howe has possession.
Anderson does a good job there. She's not the tallest girl in the court, but she does a good job of just being able to use just block out and find her way in there.
She blocks out about as well as any. Here is Vic, is going to get called for travel. She tried to turn around jumper to draw the foul, but she got caught. And now there's an injured Bulldog on the floor as Honore is trying to regain all kinds of sense of reality, I guess, as she was on the ground and now she's back up. I guess it's okay. And she's okay. Apparently she knocks that ball away on the inbound. She catches her breath a little bit. I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah, she's kind of grabbing at her neck a little bit there. I don't know if she may have got the wind knocked out of her or what, but she's back to her tenacious defense.
Well, she does have tenacious defense. Right down the court. Rogers guarding Rogers, and now underneath, and that's going to be Carson driving to the lane. She kicks it out to Bazell. Bazell now right elbow to Carson. Near side. Wants to drive on Harvey. Nowhere to go. Harvey takes it away from her. They call 5 seconds. Give Allie Harvey all kinds of credit on that one.
I was wondering about that. Carson had used her pivot foot. She was looking all over for somebody, but Harvey was right there on every angle she turned, everywhere she turned.
Vic, top of the key. Now a long bounce pass to Honore. Drives the bucket, puts it up, and they're going to call a charge on Honore.
Yeah, Honore was driving the basket, maybe a little bit out of control there, and drew the charge.
4:26 left to go in the third. Howe up 39-22. A quick inbound by Alba Golden. And Rogers is guarded by Honore. Top of the key. Rogers going to drive the bucket. And Honore draws the charge. What you can do, I can do. Better.
And there's a little bit of jaw in there going between Ashlyn Rogers and Jenna Honore. It's Honore, yeah. She says, I see your charge. I raise you another one.
The officials talk to both. Honore says, I'm good. Wilson inbound. Callie Vick, 4:17 left to go in the third. Howe up 39-22. Wilson looking for somewhere to go. She has a dribble, and now she does finally dribble. Then she picks it up, and she's going to go to Honore, and a timeout apparently has been called, and Derek Lands is not happy. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be right. Let's stay here.
Okay.
Let's stay here. Let's talk about this, Justin. We've got a little bit of Jenna Honore back and forth.
Yeah.
But I tell you, so far in this game, I think you have to talk about. Anytime you talk about Lady Bulldogs, I think you have to talk about defense.
Yeah, and that's I think it starts there with Jenna Honore there, and just playing, as we've seen, she's drawn a couple of charges. She plays aggressively, offensively and defensively. She's only got 2 points offensively, but she does a lot of stuff on the stat sheet you don't see. She just, especially defensively, and it just kind of her and Callie Vick are kind of the quarterbacks of this team. But the defense is what's kept them in this game.
We're talking about the third period of an area championship game, and the opponent has 22 points. That's outstanding.
And again, it's mixing up their defense. Sometimes they press, sometimes they don't. And when they even get in the half-court defense, you got the tenacious defenders there on the perimeter, and then you have the size down low.
You don't have one of those old iPhone chargers, do you? With the
I don't.
Well,
about to run a juice.
I think the scorebook needs one on the Lady Bulldogs bench. I don't know if anybody has one of those. Here's Vick dribbling across the line behind the back, and now she kicks it out right side. Honore, long pass underneath. Cassidy Anderson decides not to shoot. She kicks it back up top to Vick. Rebounded by Alba Golden. And now a drive through the middle of the lane will draw a foul on Allie Harvey. And how many is that?
That's got to be 4. Grace Bazell got that and went right down the lane, and she didn't think about pulling up or passing anybody. She was going straight to the hole and see if she can get to the line, and she did.
Bazell's first shot's good. And now Sierra Copeland will check in for Harvey, who has 4 fouls.
When Harvey went to the bench last first half there, the Lady Bulldogs did a pretty good job there holding the fort down while she was out.
39-23, 39-24. As Bazell's second free throw is good. Honore breaks the press, dribbling nearly to the mid-court stripe. Now she does. Now Vick, left wing, brings it up top. Copeland at right elbow, now left elbow. Vick down in the corner to Wilson. And Wilson dribbles up right wing. Now top of the key, Honore switches it over. Anderson for 3. That one's long. And that one's going to be rebounded by Pendergrass. And now Hallman bring it up. Very top of the key, guarded by Honore. Wilson on Bazell. And now corner. And that's going to be Pendergrass looking for somewhere to go, and she traveled. She points at her left foot and says, "That was my pivot foot. I didn't move it." The official says, sorry. Wilson inbounds to Honore. Again, another triangle press. Honore is going to dribble right through the middle of that triangle. Turn around dribble. Crossover. Dribble straight to the lane. Up. Rebound. Up and good. That one was very impressive. 41-24. 2:36 left to go in the third. Bazell straight down the middle of the court. Guarded by Wilson. Now a long pass going to be taken by Pendergrass. Goes around the perimeter. Up, no good. Rebound. Sierra Copeland trying to find Vick. Does. Vick right-handed dribbles right past Bazell.
And a foul on Bazell, I think.
I can't believe that was a foul. Well, something stopped the action, and we're on the court.
I thought it was a foul on Bazell is what I thought it was.
Well, it very well could have been. I didn't see it, but here is Vick nonetheless with 2:14 left to go in the third. Howe leading 41-24. Vick with a bounce pass to Honore. Now up top, Anderson to Vick. Down into Honore again. She'll drive the middle of the lane, puts it up. Cannot draw the foul. It's blocked away. And Pendergrass tries to pick it up and throw it down and heave it down the court. And she lost it, and it goes out of bounds, and Howe's going to take possession.
Tried to throw down court and hit Callie Vick right in her face as she was trying to gather herself and throw it, and just fumbled it out of bounds.
So Wilson will inbound, looking for, it appears to be Anderson, top of the key, towards the left wing, and now a high pass to Vick, who hauls it in. She'll dribble left-handed, now right-handed. The soccer player with a scholarship heading out West Texas throws this one away. It's going to be picked off by Alba Golden. And Bazell looking for somewhere to go right down the lane. She's going to miss the layup, but it's rebounded, however. And a loose ball, and it appears on the far side that Bazell's going to save it, and a timeout, I think, has been called by Alba Golden to save possession.
Yeah, it was kind of helter-skelter there at the end. And Coach Hamrick, head coach for the Lady Panthers, called the timeout on that to kind of reset the offense.
And what we've seen is, Molly Wilson in her great defensive play. We had a chance to talk to Derek Lands about that a few weeks ago. Let's listen to that.
Hasn't gotten any credit all year long other than me telling her, because stuff she does doesn't show up in the newspaper. It doesn't show up on TV, and she's usually having to guard a bigger girl, a stronger girl, or a smaller, faster one. She's in that in-between area, and she knows how to play the game. And I don't know what stat that falls under, but it doesn't come up on my stat sheet.
Right.
So, but she knows it. Yeah. And she does.
So Molly Wilson tonight has been matched up a lot tonight with Grace Bazell. Now, we've said Bazell a lot because she's handling the ball a lot, but Bazell has not really done much offensively for Alba Golden.
She's got 6 points on the night, but those have been a hard-fought 6 points because of the defense by Molly Wilson.
1:34 remaining in the third, and Howe is leading 41-24 as teams come back out on the court. Sierra Copeland, Callie Vick, Cassidy Anderson, Molly Wilson, and Jenna Honore on the floor. Honore guarding the inbound, and it's going to be a bounce pass up top to Hallman. I take that back. That's Bazell again. And now Carson will try to feed underneath, stolen by Anderson. Looks back to make sure nobody's going to pick her pocket, as she's going to dribble from one side to the other, and a wide open Molly Wilson decides not to shoot it as she feeds Vick right wing. Neither decide to pull the trigger as they had wide open shots. Vick now down in the corner to Anderson. Now Wilson up top. A minute left to go in the third. Just playing catch. Vick and Wilson and Anderson. And now Vick behind her back, dribbling left-handed. A nice ball handler. Now over to Wilson, left wing. Very high top of the key. And now Honore left wing. Over to Vick. She's going to shoot a long jumper, and that's off the front of the rim. No good. And a foul has been called. And I'm afraid that's going to be on Sierra Copeland.
Lady Bulldogs moving the ball around there and just taking their time. Got a pretty good shot there by Vick. Just couldn't get it to go down. But the good thing is they bled some time off that clock.
Trinity Williams getting ready to go in the game. I'm assuming that was on Sierra Copeland. 36 seconds on the clock. Bazell now right wing. Over to Carson. Carson's going to dribble a little bit and hand it to Pendergrass, who goes up to the top of the key. Back over right wing to Carson. She's going to dribble left-handed to the middle of the lane, and she picked it up, and that's double dribble. So that'll be a turnover, and Howe will have it, and the Alba Golden coach takes his jacket off. He's getting
hot in here.
It's getting a little warm. The jacket comes off. Molly Wilson inbound to Callie Vick. 41-24, Howe in the lead with 18 seconds left to go before the fourth. Vick has it go off of Alba Golden's right foot and out of bounds, and Howe will have possession.
You got to think the Lady Bulldogs are going to hold for maybe the last shot here with 12 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Wilson will inbound, looking for Vick. No pressure, and now back to Wilson. Got to get it across. 9 seconds. Honore, right wing. She's going to kick it to a wide open Vick, left wing. 3 seconds. 2, 1. Anderson, long three. That one's off the front of the rim and no good. That's who you want it in her hands, is Anderson. She hasn't shot lights out like you normally see tonight, but she had a big first half and a little cold recently. However, anytime the ball's in her hand with a three-point try, that's who you want.
Yeah, she's got 14 points there. Vick kind of held on to that. I don't know if Vick was aware of the clock there, but yeah, you got the ball to Anderson, and that's the person you'd want to shoot the ball. And man, do you think if they should have made that shot, that'd have been a nice momentum factor going into the fourth quarter.
Howe leads 41-24. We're heading to the fourth. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be right back right after this.
Lady Bulldogs basketball is brought to you by Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Attorney Micah Belden, Buck Snort Barbecue, Tech Wave, Robertson Welding Services, Ed Meacham State Farm, Exalt Realty, Independent Bank, Guild Mortgage, and Knight Furniture. Now let's go live to the game with Monty Walker and Justin White.
Welcome back. as the Lady Bulldogs lead 41-24 over Alba Golden, trying to get out of this second round for the first time in forever.
So long we can't remember.
We can't remember. We need Jack Walker to tell us how long it's been, because it's been a long time. 7:59 on the clock. We are just underway in the fourth. Pendergrass thought about shooting the jumper, and she's going to run underneath the basket on the layup. That one's good. Harvey to inbound. She's back in the game with 4 fouls. And now Vick, top of the key, across the midfield or midcourt stripe to Wilson, right wing, feeds Harvey underneath, kicks it out in the corner. That one is a long three-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Honore and Pendergrass, both, and it's going to be tied up. And Howe, with their 41-26 advantage with 7:33 remaining in the game, will have possession with Wilson underneath. Inbounding, looking for Harvey, very long arm. She gets it, puts it, gives it right back to Wilson, who goes up for it and draws the foul.
I like that. Wilson throwing the ball in, gets it into Harvey at the elbow, and Wilson just comes in from where she threw the ball out of bounds, or threw the ball inbounds right there at the post in the block, and got the ball right back.
What Howe does, we've already talked about what Howe does well. The best thing they do is play defense. The second best thing they do is move the ball. They are very good passers. The tall girls, the big girls, Harvey and Copeland, move the ball well. The first one was no good. The second one no good. And Howe's 41-26 lead stays intact. Rogers, top of the key, left wing to Ramsell. And now driving inside is Bazell, and that one will be no good. Rebounded by Harvey. And now Honore almost has it picked away from her. She's trapped underneath. Vick is wide open. She gets it to Vick, and now all the way across to Wilson, left wing. Wilson underneath to Harvey. It's stolen away, but Honore grabs it. And she'll kick it over to Vick, who tries to feed Anderson underneath, and that's an errant pass. Anderson tried to grab it, but it was just too far.
Vick saw just a glimpse of Anderson open and just, put it out too far of an outreach hand.
41-26. Howe in the lead. And Bazell kicks it over right side, and now a foul called underneath. They were trying to hit Ramsell underneath. So there's Ramsell and Bazell, and this was Ramsell to Bazell, and a foul call.
Foul called there on Cassidy Anderson.
Rogers to inbound, looks near side. That's going to be Bazell for 3, and that one's good. 41-29. It's a 12-point game. Honore inbound, looking for Vick, trying to get across. A bounce pass to Honore, does. Honore quickly closed up. Now Vick, long 3. That one no good off the back of the rim. And Howe is not shooting well tonight. Vick, left-handed dribbling to the top of the key. Now over to Honore, very high left wing. Ball right by her right hip. And now in the corner to Vick, feeding Harvey underneath. Ball is up and knocked out of bounds by Alba Golden.
They're working around the perimeter. They're looking for Harvey, and Alba Golden knows that, and they're double teaming Harvey.
So a timeout's been called, and we will keep it here with 6:04 remaining in the game. Justin, these Lady Bulldogs, they're just kind of fun to watch. They're gritty. They're not a finesse team whatsoever. They're just fun to watch.
They really are. They play tough. They play hard. They're not afraid to get on the ground and go after loose balls here. You're up by 12 here. This may be the closest they've been since probably about the first quarter here. And so Alba Golden's a desperate team now. And so you got to kind of make sure you block out on rebounds. You get good shots up, because desperate teams here try to sometimes keep themselves in the game. You let them hang around, and things can get dicey here.
Well, that's the key right there. You said it. Desperate teams are scary. Those are the most scary teams, are the ones that are desperate. However, Alba Golden in a little bit of foul trouble themselves. They've got a few players with 3 and 4 fouls that they're going to have to guard against, as the Lady Bulldogs with Allie Harvey with 4 fouls. Sierra Copeland, I believe, has 4. So you said it early in the game that it may come down to Trinity Williams being in this game late in the game, and it appears that she might be. 6:04 left to go in the game. Howe up 41-29. Wilson on a quick inbounds to Vick, has it blocked away on the runner And Howe will retain possession. 6:02 on the clock.
Good thought there. Vic had an open lane there to the basket, but just got it blocked late.
Wilson inbound, looking for somewhere to go. Honore deep in the corner, will dribble it back out now, top of the key. Vic will go down. A loose ball, it's going to be picked. And Bizel one way to the other, and she's stopped by Wilson. Wilson did a great job of hustling down the court. This time she didn't have enough time to set up and get in position. And the runner was good. 41-31, it's a 10-point game all of a sudden. And this one's blocked away. Rogers and Wilson was right there to stop. Wilson with another great defending job, but however, right there to put the layup, and it's an 8-point game. And now Alba Golden is going all out, hustling and knocking balls everywhere. This one goes out of bounds as it was intended for Allie Harvey, and Howe will retain possession, and apparently a foul has been called.
That's what I say, that they're playing desperate, they're playing risky. They got nothing to lose now. They're down by 8, keeping it close. And now the Lady Bulldogs are in the bonus. Harvey goes to the line.
Bounces twice close to the floor. This one's up, and that one bounces all over the rim and finally falls in. 42-33, an 9-point lead now for Howe. Harvey on the back end. This one is nothing but net. A 10-point game, 43-33. 5:29 remaining in the game. Quickly down the court, Rogers looks for near side, Ramsell. She's going to shoot the long three. That one off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Harvey, but she loses it, and Rogers ends up with it. A ball fake, and now in the corner, Ramsell drives to the bucket. That's blocked by Harvey, and Honore has it. Looking for somewhere to go with it, finds Vic. 5:07 on the clock. Howe with a 10-point lead, 43-33. Things are getting a little dicey, and there's a foul called on Rogers, and Rogers tries to trip her with her right foot. No, nothing called there, as the Howe fans are extremely upset, as that was one of those little, hey, I found you, and I'm also going to move my foot out a little bit.
Just very conveniently puts the foot out there.
5:02 on the clock, and Rogers is going to be called with a foul. She's got a lot. I don't know how many she has, but she's got quite a few. She's still in the game or on the court, apparently. And it's a 10-point game, 43-33, 5:02 left to go in the game.
And Rogers only has 5 points, but she kind of is the piston for this team. She kind of gets it going.
Yeah, you can tell she is a big leader on this team. She is in desperate foul trouble, and apparently she's been teed up. Somebody's been teed up. As Jenna Honore is going to shoot technical foul. And now it appears that Pendergrass is coming out of the game. She's fouled out. And there's a lot of tears coming from Pendergrass. She is a senior, and that's the last time she's going to see the court. And there's a lot of tears.
Mm-hmm.
It appears that way. I should say that.
I was like, there's still 5:02
there's
left.
Still 5:02 and a 10-point lead. And Honore shooting, and this one rolls out.
I hope we don't have to go back to that, Monty, later on in the postgame.
Oh, please, please.
It was 5:02 where Monty mentioned about.
yeah. My mother's probably listening. She's like, "Oh, you did it. That was it. You did it."
5-0. Kelly Vick goes to the line now.
Okay, now Vic will shoot, and hers is no good. That one rims in and out.
And Vic's an 81% free throw shooter. She's usually pretty automatic.
She's the one you would want on the line for sure. Bounces 3 or 4 times. Now up, and that one's nothing but net. And Howe with a 44-33 lead, 11 points. Can it stand up over the last 5:02? Wilson to inbound. Harvey has it. Now my wife says, yeah, kiss of death. Way to go. Here's Vic up top to Jenna Honore, right wing, very high, looking for somewhere to go. Now Vic, left corner, left wing. Harvey standing tall in the middle of the lane at the free throw line. And now up top to Vic. Long, high pass to Honore. She'll ball fake right, dribbles right. Guarded by Hallman. Now she'll turn around, 4:31 on the clock. Now she feeds Anderson right wing. Now Vick, top of the key. Harvey all alone, trying to feed her underneath. Now they finally do. They kick it back out. Wilson in the left corner. She'll dribble up, dribble back, turn around, looking for somewhere to go. It goes off of Alba Golden. Howe will retain possession. She was trying to throw a bounce pass to Vick, but it went off of Alba Golden. 4:16 left to go in the game. Howe up by 11. Bounce pass in to Honore, who drives the bucket. Ball fake up. That one is no good, but she draws the foul.
Well, that's what you want to do right there, was eat some time off the clock there, and then Honore gets it, goes the line and draws the foul. Or goes the basket, draws the foul.
So Honore will shoot 2 shots here, and Derek Lands pulls the rest of the team off to the side of the court. Honore's first shot is a toilet bowl flush, good, 46. Or did they beat me to it? 45-33.
She's got 5 points tonight, 60% free throw shooter coming in tonight.
And the second one is off the back of the rim, no good, rebounded by Carson. And dribbling up the right side is Bizel. And she wants to shoot the long bomb, but she's stopped by Wilson. And now Ramsell has it. Left wing, nowhere to go with it. And she finally finds Rogers, who thought about driving the bucket but was cut off by Honore. Now back to Ramsell, dribbling right-handed through the middle of the lane, goes up, draws the foul, and no good on the layup, but I think Anderson's going to be called here, and she is.
Well, that's the Lady Panthers' best way here is to kind of go to the free throw line, see if you can get points there with the clock stopped. Like we got a timeout.
That clock says 3:48, and a timeout has been called. It's 45-33. Howe in the lead with 12 points. We're going to take a quick 30-second. We'll be right back.
Lady Bulldogs basketball is brought to you by Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Attorney Micah Belden, Buck Snort Barbecue, Tech Wave, Robertson Welding Services, Ed Meacham State Farm, Exalt Realty, Independent Bank, Guild Mortgage, and Knight Furniture. Now let's go live to the game with Monty Walker and Justin White.
Well, it's not quite a barn burner, but it is a great game. 45-33 in the area championship game between Alba Golden, the Lady Panthers, and the Howe Lady Bulldogs. Alba Golden at a 12 3A, and Howe, of course, at a 10 3A. We're over here in Greenville, Texas, a nice facility. A lot of red, a little bit of black, and big old, looked like the Georgia logo in certain places on their chairs and things. And here is Ramsell shooting the first of the free throw, and that one's good. So it's 45-34 with 3:48 remaining in the game.
She misses that, be sure you get a block out and I'll give them extra opportunities.
The second free throw is
just like that.
It's missed, but rebounded by Alba Golden. And a quick pass underneath to Carson. She puts it up. And it's a 9-point game, 45-36. Gazelle with great defense on Howe, and now Howe gets across the line on the press. Vick, right wing, 3:29 on the clock, 9-point lead. Dribbling left-handed through the lane, looking for somewhere to go. And she's going to turn around and pass it out to Harvey in the corner. Long pass, Wilson, right wing, very high up top. And she has a dribble, and she's going to take it now in the corner to Anderson. Now up top, Honore has it go through her hands. She has to go to the floor. They're not going to call a travel, a loose ball, and finally they're going to call a tie. A jump ball after a lot of wrestling around on the floor.
Bodies hit the floor there, and that's every woman for themselves.
A 9-point game, 45-36. Howe in the lead, 3:06 with Alba Golden in possession. Coming near side is Rogers, now top of the key. And now Carson underneath against Harvey. You got to be careful, and she blocks a shot. Harvey has Carson get it back, however, and Rogers draws, and Jenna Honore knocks that one away. 45-36, 2:49 on the clock. Honore will guard the inbound. Cassidy Anderson near side. Rogers to inbound. She throws it away off the hands of Carson, who can't save it. And Howe's going to retain possession. Carson kind of smiles as she knew that she didn't have a chance to get it back.
Slipped and fell down and tried to save it, but yeah, just couldn't do it.
So Vic with the inbound pass to Harvey across center stripe, now in the corner to Anderson and back up top. Callie Vick has it top of the key. A wide open lane. She's going to take the runner and she's going to draw. Actually, she's going to be called for a charge. She had a wide open lane for a moment, took it, but a nice job by a defender by Alba Golden.
Yeah, that was Ramsell was able to step in there, and Callie Vick saw a crease. I think she was kind of surprised to see an open lane there and took it, but Ramsell was able to get in position.
2:27 on the clock. Gazelle top of the key behind the arc, and now dribbles left, dribbles right, forces Wilson inside, and she's going to travel. An outstanding defensive play by Molly Wilson.
That was all Molly Wilson right there. Stood her ground and made the defender travel.
Vic on the inbound pass, and she's going to be fouled by Bazell, who tried to reach for it. And Howe, with a 9-point lead, 45-36 with 2:15 remaining, is going to have Vic go to the free throw line, who is the team leading shooter at the line.
She's got 7 on the night. Yeah, and the Lady Bulldogs are in the double bonus, so she'll be shooting 2. And she's the one you want at the line with these.
Vic's first one is in and out, no good. She went after her rebound, but there's 2 shots. 2:15 left to go in the game. Howe up by 9. The second one is no good. Vic with an off night shooting. And here is Rogers quickly bringing the ball down to the right side of the court. Cut off by Honore. Tries baseline. Honore cut her off again. And now to Bazell, right wing. Thought about driving. Now she's going to drive. Now she kicks it out to Carson. And the ball is stolen, but Carson gets it back. And Bazell has it. She's going to drive. Left-handed layup in the lane. And that one's no good. And Molly Wilson with another outstanding play.
Wilson with a good block out there and drew the foul. Didn't see who the foul was on there, but whoever it was over the back there of Molly Wilson because of the blocking out by Wilson.
Man, having a game, Molly Wilson. And she'll shoot here. And again, you mentioned double bonus, so she'll go to the line to shoot 2. 1:48 left to go in the game. 45-36. The Lady Bulldogs in the lead. And the first one is no good as Howe has a terrible night shooting tonight from the free throw line.
Wilson's a 60% free throw shooter coming in tonight. And this is what, if you're going to be a team that goes deep in the playoffs, you got to hit free throws at crucial times.
45-36, and the second one is no good. That doesn't hit the rim. And Wilson is upset. $1:48 left to go in the game. 45-36, Howe in the lead. No pressure against Alba Golden as they'll bring it up freely. And now left wing. And Ramsell's going to drive, guarded by Anderson. Now Carson is going to drive, guarded by Harvey, and she puts it off her right foot. It goes out of bounds.
Went from the left side of the basket to the right, and dribbled it off her foot, and another turnover.
Howe's going to take a timeout, and they have possession with 1:37 left to go, up by 9. There's not been scoring for quite some time.
Well, the Lady Bulldogs have had opportunities. They went to the free throw line twice there with Vic and Molly Wilson, who had 2 free throws, missed them both. Went 0 for 4 in that last stint. They could have been up by 9, by 13 right there.
Yeah, you got to make free throws, especially deep in the playoffs. You have to be able to convert those. And for whatever reason tonight, Howe's just not shooting well from the line. Not really shooting jump shots well either.
Yeah,
Cassidy Anderson has not been her normal self.
And one thing we'll probably bring it up later on, but how important was it early in the game for the Lady Bulldogs to get up big? They were up 9-2 at one point. I think it was 17-7, 21-7, I believe, at halftime or at the end of the first quarter. So from that point on, it's been about a 10-point ball game. It's 9 points right now. So the fact that they got up early on and been able to keep that lead.
Well, you have to tip your hat to Alba Golden. They have not gone away in this game. Some people said they have a tendency maybe to fold when they get down. That's not happening tonight in any stretch of the imagination. 45-36, Howe in the lead. 1:37 remaining in the game. And Molly Wilson about to throw the ball in deep in the corner. And Vic has it, guarded by Bazell. And now Allie Harvey crosses the line on the long pass. She picks up her dribble and gives it to Vic. Very high right wing and now top of the key. Dribbling left, dribbling right. And a foul has been called, and I think that's Bazell. It could be Rogers. It apparently is not Rogers because I think she'd be out.
So you got Vic again, your leading free throw shooter on this team, a chance to increase this lead and put the hopes of any comeback away.
Vic bounces it several times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the shot, that's net and good. 10-point lead, 46-36. A minute 23 left to go in the game. Couple of more bounces. 3 each time. And another shot, that's good. 47-36. And Vic hits a key free throw. And now here's a pass underneath, and Cassidy Anderson is going to be caught for the foul against Ramsell, who was underneath. It was a quick pass down, and Ramsell turned around to shoot, and Anderson was right there and ran right into her. Derek Land's not happy about the call. The first shot rims out, no good. 47-36, 1:16 remaining in the game.
Anderson had her hands up there, and then just Ramsell able to just get some body on her.
Ramsell's second one is good. 47, we're back to a 10-point game. 47-37, a minute 14. Vic dribbling, past Bazell. Couple of times, maybe once behind her back. Left-handed down in the corner. Hands it off to Anderson, who bounce passes it to Honore, who's going to be fouled by Hallman. And that was a kind of a hard foul to the chest region.
Now Honore, let's see if we can sink these free throws and just put themselves farther apart from the Lady Panthers.
There's a minute 1 left. And Howe's up by 10, and Honore makes it 11, 48-37. And we're about to have a Hawaiian fest over here on the right side of the gymnasium, it appears.
What's funny, Coach Land's over there talking to the rest of the Lady Bulldogs, and Lizzie Holman from the Alba Lady Golden Panthers is over there right inside the huddle.
And Honore makes the second one, and a timeout has been called. Just under a minute left, 49-37. Howe in the lead.
Yeah, Lady Bulldogs here with making the free throw there with Honore. She has 6 points on the night. We talked about if the winner of this game, which is if all holds true, Lady Bulldogs will win and play the winner of Mineola and Ponder. I believe Ponder is ranked number 8 in the state of Texas in Class 3A. Of course, anything can happen in the playoffs here, but that would be on paper. They'd be the team, I guess, favored to win.
Tuesday night in Princeton, we hear. We don't know what time, but what a matchup that will be. Again, Howe hasn't made it out of this round in many, 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 many years. It's been many enough that Derek Lands didn't know, and I didn't know. And probably the only one that knows is the yearbook and Jack Walker.
Yeah, and this is the year that they could really make some noise again with all the talent they have, and they're just they've got the depth. They're good at all the different positions.
57.94 left to go in the game. Howe up 49-37. Under a minute left. Driving the bucket and blocked by Harvey. And now Honore has it. We're at 48 seconds, and now another foul called, and that's going to be on Bazell, senior. And I think that's it for her. Game that she'll play. What a nice game she had.
She finishes with 13 points on the night. High scorer for Lady Panthers.
49-37. As Honore has one shot left. And it is up, and that one is off the back of the glass. No good. Rebounded by Carson. Rogers dribbling quickly down the right side. And she'll try to drive the bucket, cut off by Honore. Another charging call as Honore draws another one, and this one's going to be on Ramsell, and she's very upset.
Gosh, how many charges has Honore drawn tonight?
She's drawn a ton, not only tonight, but all season. Ramsell has fouled out of the game. She shakes the hand of Derek Lands and she's in tears, as that's, I think
she's a junior.
She's a junior. She'll come back. What a great athlete she is. You can tell. She's got another year coming, but she's very emotional as she'll come off. She, takes a hard foul, and she's in obvious tears. Checking into the game is Wright. Wilson going to inbound here, still pressure. Honore has it stolen away from her, and it's going to go out of bounds off of Alba Golden and Rogers. And Howe will retain possession up by 12 with 35 seconds left to go in the game. Wilson to inbound, looking for Harvey, looking for Vic, all the way along pass to Honore, across the stripe, back to Wilson, back to Honore. Near midcourt, now back to Wilson. She dribbles once, it's going to be fouled as there's 26 seconds left to go in the game. I'm not sure anybody's going to be left.
Yeah, they're remember they only go about 8 deep. They got 10 on the roster, but I think this has pretty much been put away now.
Wilson's shot, no dribbles. Let's just give me the ball, let me shoot. She puts it in, 50-37. Again, same thing. Give me the ball, let me shoot. 51-37. 26 seconds left to go in the game.
She got a smile as she walked down the court.
So Rogers, middle of the lane to Carson, pivots, and she's going to travel. And she puts her palms to the sky, and I think she might have a legitimate complaint there. And Wilson will check in, and now a sub as checking out is Allie Harvey, and she gets a big round of applause. Also checking out is basically the entire starters. So into the game, Gianni Henry and Sierra Copeland. And here's a pass, Henry. Long pass over the outstretched arms of Marissa Agee. And Alba Golden will have possession. Also Peyton Ford into the game. And Trinity Williams. And here's a pass to Carson. Now up top. And that's Hallville's shot no good. And Howe, your Lady Bulldogs are area champions for the first time in many, many years. Congratulations to the Howe Lady Bulldogs and Derek Lands, their outstanding head coach who has over 400 career wins. The Lady Bulldogs will advance and play at Princeton on Tuesday night at a time to be determined and a team to be determined.
Great game there by the Lady Bulldogs. You talked about the toughness of this team, and they just able to gut it out. Had a last-ditch effort there by the Lady Panthers and able to fight them off. Allie Harvey finished with 16 points. Cassidy Anderson had a great first half, kind of cooled down the second half. She finished with 14.
I'm probably going to try and catch some of the girls. Maybe one. Who's the player of the game? Let's talk to Molly Wilson. You think Molly will talk to us?
Maybe.
I'm going to grab Molly, and I'm going to give her your headphones.
Okay.
If I'm able to grab her to walk by. And maybe Coach Derek Lands, if he'll talk to us as well, as a very happy, and now a celebratory chest bump between Jenna Honore and Allie Harvey right off the bench.
Now, will they do a trophy presentation here? We know that.
Yeah, there could be. As you know, we mentioned that there was going to be a game right after, and they are warming up. So I don't think they'll stop everything down to do a presentation, but I'm sure there will be something going on over there. There is a team photo being taken, which will probably be on the front page of the Howe Enterprise come Monday morning. And again, we're going to try to see if we can talk to maybe Molly Wilson, maybe Cassidy Anderson, maybe Callie Vick, the senior.
Yeah, Vick had a good game.
Well,
really, like I said, you couldn't go wrong with anybody. Honore had a good game. She was pretty gritty down there. Her and Ashlyn Rogers went toe to toe.
Yeah, an outstanding performance, defensive performance again. As did you get the final 51-37?
Correct. Yes.
And we'll put that up there here in just a moment if I can get this scoreboard working. And it appears that the Lady Bulldogs are going off the other side of the court. Maybe I can grab I don't see Molly Wilson. Nope, she didn't hear me.
Yep.
Well, we'll try. Here comes Derek Lands. We'll see if we
Coach Lanson.
We'll see if we can give him the headphones here for just a second when he comes by. Just he's still talking right over there, looking at the scoreboard, scorebook a little bit. Talking to someone up in the bleachers. We'll see if Coach Derek Lands has a chance to talk to us here in just a moment. If you'll hand him the headset, maybe we can get something out of him. And now someone else wants to stop and talk to him. He's a very popular individual after the area championship. You got a minute? Yeah. All right, he's going to talk to his team real quick, and then he'll come back and we'll visit a little bit longer. So now we're going to have to wait a few minutes. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll probably record Coach Derek Lands, and we'll play that back.
Okay, there we are. Okay.
We'll record that, probably play it back later on, and let you listen to that during the week. So anyway, we're going to try to bring you the game Tuesday. I hope you can make it, Justin.
Plan on being there.
It'll be in Princeton, and as long as the Lady Bulldogs can continue to play defense as they have been playing, I think they can compete with just about anybody in the state if you can play defense like that.
Yeah, the way they have, and the depth they have, and just talent in all areas. And you have Coach Lands with 400 wins, guiding them along the way. I think they got a good chance to. This would be the year.
I'll tell you what, we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. I know Coach Lands is in there talking to his girls, and we don't want to, I know it's going to be a while, and we would be standing here trying to talk about a whole lot of nothing for a long time. So we're going to wrap this one up. We'll talk to Coach Lands. We'll let you hear about that later. For everyone who's been a part of this 51-37 area championship win. Oh, no. I never did put the score back up. That's okay. 51-37 win for Howe over Alba Golden. The monkey is off the back.
You got some homework to do. Got to find out when the last time they made that regional round.
Like I said, nobody knows except the yearbooks and Jack Walker. We'll look at both if we have to. 51-37, the Lady Bulldogs advance. We'll see you Tuesday night. For Justin White, I'm Monty Walker. We will see you next week. Anderson for three, nails it. Now inside to Harvey, puts it up off the glass and good. 13-0. Howe on the first big run of the night have allowed